How can you expect to lead when you're feeling depleted? In this episode of Potent Truth, I address the need for stronger energetic boundaries. Tune in and learn how to spot energy leaks in your life, both online and offline, how your body will always be the first to show you when something or someone isn't energetically aligned, why you need to be unapologetic about the boundaries that you set, and the importance of leading your purpose from a state of expansion. Now, there is still time to join me live at Soul Revival in Tucson, Arizona, this Saturday, March the 26th. Grab your tickets via the link in the show notes. Virtual tickets are also available if you can't join us in person. And of course, if you have yet to read my book, Potent Leadership, go grab your copy today. It's available on Amazon and Audible. And whether you are a loyal listener or brand new to the podcast, please take a moment to download a few episodes and drop a rating and review on iTunes. Now, it is time to discuss how to be unapologetic about your energetic boundaries. Beyond the narrative, underneath the veil of illusion, and deep within your center, therein lies potent truth. Welcome to Potent Truth, where today's leaders, change makers, and light carriers come together to question the narrative, arrive at potent truth, and lead with sovereignty. What is potency? It's who you are beneath the masks, facades, and protective gear. It's the medicine humanity yearns for, cries out for, prays for, and needs. Your potency is what sets you apart, magnetizes your following, and creates movements. Join me, Ruby Fremon, for weekly guidance, channeled messages, and potent conversations that will take you on a journey of self-discovery. I am here to guide you to a place of unraveling the programming that's been keeping us stuck for generations, unlocking potent truth and expressing it through sovereign leadership. It's time for change. It's time for potent truth. Hey leaders, and welcome to another episode of Potent Truth. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet to the point, mostly because I am honoring my energetic boundaries at this moment. But energy seems to be something that continues to come up in so many conversations that I'm having with my clients inside the Potent Leaders container, with my one-on-one clients, with friends, with people I know, with myself. And it's something that we need to discuss, especially during these crazy, chaotic times that we are living in. Energy is everything. Everything in our world is made of energy. We are made of energy. And we only have a certain amount of energy to give, both to ourselves and to others. And in this digital era that we find ourselves in, consumption has become the addiction. Whether you believe you're addicted or not, you are consuming information at a much faster, scarier rate than you're even aware of. In fact, I dare you, if you have an Apple iPhone, look at your phone usage under your settings and look at how much time you spend on social media last week. Just look at it and start getting really fucking honest with yourself about how much energy you spend or you devote to the online space. This is so important for you to become aware of, for you to really acknowledge. I look at this number every week. I have a reminder sent to my phone once a week to show me my phone usage as a reminder, because there's so much that we can gain through the consumption of information. It's important to stay knowledgeable. It's important to be ready for what's to come. It's important to have the information, and it's really easy to have too much information, to overconsume, to watch too much, to read too much. Because the more that you consume, the the harder it can become for you to find your center, for you to find your truth. And the act of consumption really depletes your energy. So be aware of that, the way in which you're depleting your energy in the online space. And with the offline space, and this is something that I have been very hyper aware of this year, just in my world, is how I am impacted by energy, by other people's energies in the offline world. So people who I spend time with, do I leave them feeling replenished, feeling nurtured, feeling nourished, or do I leave them feeling depleted? Because we can have a really vibrant discussion with someone, but the discussion can feel like such an energy suck, almost vampiric. It can feel very draining. And you have to be real about the conversations that you have that drain you, about the people's whose presence feels draining, because there is definitely a misalignment there. And you'll only have so much energy to offer. So it's important for you to become hyper aware, as I have this year, of who you're spending your time with, of where you're spending your time, the environments in which you're spending your time, the types of conversations in which you're having, the quality of conversations and relationships in your life. What feels depleting and what feels nourishing, right? And of course, human design and whether you're introverted or extroverted can play into this. I don't always like to use labels. However, these are great tools to really check in with yourself. For example, I refuel best alone, solo in nature, because believe it or not, I am highly, highly introverted. I'm also a projector by human design, which when I figured that out, I started to release so much shame I had around myself and how I was showing up. But again, these are all tools that you can use to really understand your energetic makeup. But at the end of the day, you're the one who feels into your body. You're the one who's tapped in to yourself. So really easy ways to find energy leaks within your world, both online and offline, is to check in with your body. When you're having a conversation with someone, does your body feel like it's in a state of expansion or contraction? When you're looking at something online or scrolling online, check in with your body. Does it feel like it's in a state of expansion or contraction? If it's in a state of expansion, shoulders back and down, heart open, your stomach is relaxed, your forehead is relaxed, your jaw is relaxed, that's good, right? That's good. But when you're in a state of contraction where you're clenching your jaw, where you've got the little furrows in between your eyebrows, or your gut is clenched, where your shoulders are rolled forward in a protective position, that means that your body is trying to protect its energy. So that's a sign for you to then honor your energetic boundaries. So important these days. For those of you listening, I mean, the reason you're here is we align on probably many things. And so if you're like me, you have a genuine interest in what's going on in the world, but consuming too much of that information can really deplete you. It can really suck your energy, because let's face it, it's not that positive. It's not happy to look at. It can bring a lot of fear into our systems. And again, it can deplete your energy, and your energy is your responsibility. As a leader, your energetic capacity to serve is completely dependent on your capacity to honor that energy. We don't need to be led by leaders who are depleted. We don't need to be led by leaders who are stuck in a reactive state. We don't need to be led by leaders who are stuck in fear because they are mismanaging their own energetic boundaries. What we need right now are leaders who are truly devoted to honoring their energy, leaders who are truly devoted to taking care of their needs, who are unapologetic about the boundaries that they need to put into place to honor their energy. Now, some real life examples. I mean, one that comes to mind is my sleep schedule. I have had so many people make fun of me about this sleep schedule. And I've finally come to terms that these people are just not my people. So I go to sleep. My husband and I go to sleep between 8 and 8:30. Usually by 8:15, we're in our bedroom. And by 8:30, the latest 8:45, we're sleeping. Why? Because we wake up at 5 a.m. Why? Because we both go to the gym in the morning. That's how we like to start our day, by taking care of ourselves and our vessels. We also found that getting sufficient sleep helps us become better people. It helps us feel optimized for the work that each of us does in the world. For me to serve a client completely sleep deprived is irresponsible in my perspective. And my number one value in life is health, which means that I'm going to honor my energetic boundary. I'm going to honor this amount of sleep I need. I'm going to honor my time at the gym. I'm going to prioritize these things above weeknight gatherings. That's just how I roll, right? So I have very strong energetic boundaries when it comes to that. It's really easy for me to say no to weeknight gatherings, even if that means saying no to opportunities, which I've said no to a lot, especially over these past 2 years, because my well-being is more important, right? So in terms of other people, I have, like I was sharing, I've become hyper aware of my energetic boundaries with other people this year. And I think it's just because my system is like, okay, enough is enough. Like, you need to start listening and paying attention to what your body is saying. And so I started to notice what types of conversations felt depleting. I started to notice the people whose presence I was around that would leave me feeling more depleted than when I walked in. And I'm becoming unapologetic about setting those energetic boundaries with whom I spend time with how much time I do spend with other people. And this, the people pleaser in us can come up so often in these cases. You want to say yes, you don't want to be mean, you want to please people, you feel like you owe them. And I'm telling you, fuck all that shit, right? You don't know anyone. And what good are you as a leader if you're just constantly giving out your energy and feeling depleted? You're of no use to your vision, to your purpose, to your clients, to your community, none. So it's really important. It's crucial that you unapologetically honor these energetic boundaries, because no one is going to do this for you. And I say unapologetically because you get to do so with pride and the fact that you are taking care of yourself, that you are taking care of your energy. If we had more people in the world, more leaders especially, doing this, we'd be living in a much different state right now. Okay. We'd be experiencing something very different if everyone was unapologetically honoring their energetic boundaries. We wouldn't be living in such a reactive world with people acting out of fear. So that is my message to you today. That is my potent fucking truth. And I invite you to take audit of your time online, the amount of time that you spend scrolling, the amount of time you spend on your apps. Audit the people in your life who you spend time with, the conversations that you have, the ones that feel draining, the ones that leave you in a state of contraction versus the state of expansion. And start unapologetically placing these energetic boundaries and doing so with pride, because you and only you can honor your energy, and your energy is needed elsewhere. Your energy is needed to do the good work that you've been placed here to do. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Potent Truth, where I am taking you on a journey to challenge illusion and lead with sovereignty. Well, we are I think 5 days away from Soul Revival 2022. I know it's totally last minute, but this Saturday, March 26th, I will be in Tucson, Arizona at an in-person event, which is going to be amazing. Virtual tickets are also available. So if you want to join me there, if you want to connect in person, just check out the link in the show notes and get your tickets today. I also invite you to join my Awake and Aware community on Telegram to continue diving into important conversations like this. That's rubyfremon.com/Telegram. And if you have yet to grab a copy of my book, Potent Leadership, please do so today. It's available on Amazon and on Audible. And as always, please, please, please be sure to download a few episodes and drop a rating and review on iTunes. This will help me get the podcast out to more leaders around the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to connect with me on social media at I am Ruby. And finally, check back on Monday for a brand new episode of Potent Truth. Aho, leaders.